Remember when you were a kid and you used to dream? If someone asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? You would answer something like a doctor, an astronaut, the president. But then you get older and you start believing a different story. The story that most of us are being told is this: go to college, spend between $30,000 and $50,000 on a degree that you may or may not use in hopes of finding a job that may or may not help you pay off all of that debt, if you can find a career with that degree at all. Here are the statistics. 40 years after entering the workforce, out of a typical 100 people, 5 are still working, 36 are dead, 54 are broke, 4 are well off, and 1 person is wealthy. This is what we're being told is success. If you're watching this video, it means that some part of you still has dreams. Some part of you deep inside still wonders if things might have been different, better, if you just had a way to get to your dreams. I want you to remember back to when you were a kid, when you used to look up at the sky and dream about your future. Remember what that was like. Feel it. And keep an open mind as I explain to you a practical and proven way to reach your dreams. The company that I'm about to show you is QNet. QNet was started in 1998 with 7 people. Today, it has grown to over 11 million people worldwide. We have headquarters in Hong Kong and Malaysia. We do business in over 180 countries with 50 offices worldwide because we are 100% e-commerce. We are recognized by the World Economic Forum as one of the top 300 global growth companies. And that means that of all the companies in the whole world, big oil, the automotive industry, everything, QNet is in the top fastest growing 300 companies worldwide, which is a huge thing. QNet's sponsors include Formula One Racing, FIFA, and MasterCard. Our partners are, get this, the United Nations. Microsoft does our tech support, and HSBC, one of the 5 largest banks in the world, does our financing. Our most recent partnership is with the Manchester City Football Club in London. We are very excited about this most recent partnership because football, or soccer if you're an American, is the #1 sport worldwide. And the Manchester City Football Club is the top club in the English League, so this is just very exciting that we got this partnership with them. So I don't mean to brag, but QNet has grown into a successful company. It's not everyone who can get a partnership with the United Nations, Microsoft, HSBC, and the Manchester City Football Club. Now, for any company to be legitimate, there needs to be the movement of services and or goods. What QNet has are the finest and highest quality products that can be found across the world. Now, there isn't enough time for me to tell you about all of them, so I'm just going to briefly mention our 7 lines of products. The first one are handmade Swiss watches from Switzerland. The second line is our QVI Club. With our QVI Club, you have access to 80% of the hotels and resorts worldwide, so that is incredibly exciting. The next line are e-learning courses. You can get a degree, you can learn about almost anything through our globally recognized e-learning courses. The next line is Home Pure. This is a revolution in water filtration because we use brand new technology from Japan and Germany to create something called Bywater, which you can get more information from the person that sent you this video. The next line is Air Pure. Our air purifier uses cutting-edge scientific innovation and technology to create an air purifier like you have never experienced. Finally, we have personal care. There's so much here again. There is a beauty product from Paris, France that removes wrinkles and smooths out your skin that women worldwide are going crazy about, and so much more. So those are the products, and they are amazing. But let's get to what you really care about, and that's how to move you from the 97% to the 3%, because this is how we are changing lives. Is the word of mouth. This happens all over the world because people are always talking to people about things you like and dislike. That's what QNet is doing. You get something that you would have bought anyway, like a discounted vacation, one time only. And you get the global franchise rights to open up your own 100% e-commerce business overseas or anywhere else in the world that you want. And you transfer the money that you make directly into your local bank account. This is how we are changing lives. So let me show you how to change the trajectory of your life with QNet. The bi in binary means 2. So the day that you partner with QNet, you get a tracking center with 2 arms, a left arm and a right arm. And you do what you already do as a human being, and you share with people the things that you like. If you can't meet with someone in person, just send them this video and I will do the talking for you. But let's say that you share with 2 people about QNet. Then, since this business model uses the power of duplication, they duplicate what you did and they also share with 2 people. So they each talk to 2 people, and here's the cool part. You didn't talk to any of these people. In fact, you don't even know them, but you get paid for them in QNet. In QNet, different products have different values, just like in the marketplace, and depending on what you get, there's a different business value. For every 1,000 points purchased under you, you get paid $37.50. The way you get paid is when there are 3,000 points on the left and 3,000 points on the right. Then you get a paycheck of $225. Now, every person has a circle of influence in their life. These are the 2 to 8 people that you spend the most of your time with. If you were convinced, after all due diligence, that this can change your life, what would stop you from sharing it with the people that you care most about? I share it with 2 people. And so in the first week, I have 2 people. Since there's only 1 on the left and 1 on the right, I don't get paid anything in this first week. So let's go into the second week. They duplicate what I did. And so in that second week, there are 2 more people. So now I have 3 on the left and 3 on the right. And this is when I get my first paycheck of $225. Going into the third week, they each share with 2 people. So now there are 4 on the left and 4 on the right. And since there has to be 3 and 3, I'm still getting a paycheck of $225. In this week, I have 1 left over. So going into the next week, let's make it simple and let's say there are now 8 and 8. But I have this 1 left over, so it's really 9 and 9. Now I'm getting 3 paychecks this week. Week 5, I promise I'll stop after week 5. There are now 18 on the left and 18 on the right. So now I'm getting 6 paychecks. I'm getting $1,350 and I've worked 5 weeks and I've made a total of $2,400. This is only the beginning stages of the power of duplication. I'm going to make much, much more than this. I do want to say one thing. When you partner with QNet, money is not just going to fall from the sky. You can't get something for nothing. It takes hard work and determination. If you can work hard though, you can make more money than your boss's boss ever will. Now at this point, you're probably thinking what I was thinking when I first saw this. Okay, that sounds great. It makes sense. I see what you're saying, but it's not going to work for me. Okay, so let's look at the worst case scenario with QNet. Well, let's say that you don't know anyone. It takes you a whole month to share with only 2 people. And let's say that it's the same for every single other person in your network. It takes all of them a whole month to share with 2 people. So, in the second month, you have 4 people because 2 share with 2, and it goes on like this. So in the third month, you have 8 people. The next month, you have 16. It continues just at this slow rate. Guess how many people you have in month 12? 4,096 but let's just say 4,000 to make it even. In month 12 alone, you are getting a paycheck of $150,000. There is no other industry in the world where you can be so horrible at something and become a millionaire between year 4 and 5. One thing that I love about QNet is their slogan. We have this acronym that sounds like this word, rhythm. Raise yourself to help mankind. This is what defines QNet. At the very heart of QNet is the mission to take people from being poor, unfulfilled, and unhappy to being wealthy, fulfilled, and happy. Now, this is different from your typical job because in your job, you have a boss, which we'll say is this person at the top. Your boss doesn't care about your happiness or whether you have dreams or not. If you quit or you get fired, they're just going to replace you with somebody else to do the same thing. In QNet, you have strong, genuine support that is built into the business model because if this is you, you want to inspire the people in your network. And so you ask them, what are you going to buy when you make your first $300,000? The first person says, I'm going to buy my dream car. The second person says, I want to buy a house. If you help them accomplish those dreams, you get the car and the house. So it is in your best interest to help them succeed. So you will do it, just like the people above you will move mountains to help you succeed, which is why this is an economic powerhouse that is changing lives. That all sounds great, but what's the risk that you're not mentioning? And I'll be honest, there is a risk that I have not mentioned, and we call this the cost of delay. In the few minutes that it took you to watch this video, people are joining QNet all over the world. The person who sent this video to you didn't just send it to you, they sent it to a bunch of people. And those people are sharing with people who are sharing with people who are sharing with people. So if you join with QNet 3 months from now, you will have lost all the people that joined QNet between now and then, all because you waited 3 months. I guarantee if you ask your neighbor, your mom, your coworker, your mailman, they will all have an opinion on this based off of hearsay or because they tried something in the past with the wrong company and failed. The person who sent you this video has the inside information that you need because they're on the inside. So ask them literally any question that you have. By the way, there's a QNet app where you can keep track of your business on your phone wherever you go. So you can wake up in the morning and check how much money you've made. It's very convenient. The last point that I want to leave you with are the 2 ways to live life. The first way to live life is called the marathon. In the marathon, you run alone, and you run for a very long time. Here's what the marathon looks like. You go to work, and you come back home. And you might have a few sick days, but then you go to work and you come back home. And you might have a few vacation days, but you go to work and you come back home. And you wake up on Monday morning and you hate your alarm clock because you hate your job. And you're looking forward to Wednesday when you have a small glimmer of hope towards Friday, when you can live those 2 precious days where you can be yourself and you don't have to work with people that you don't like and do all the office politics. And sometimes you wake up and you're sad and you're depressed, but you have to go to work and come back home because if something ever happens in your life that forces you to stop going to work and coming back home, someone else is not going to go to your job and do your job and then you get paid for it. Your income just stops. Game over. This is how the 97% live their life. The other way to live life is called the relay. If you've been wondering what it feels like, how the 3% live their life, this is how they do it. One person works and they build their network. Then they hand the baton off to someone else. Then that person works very hard and they hand it off. And the next person duplicates and does the same thing. So if this is you, and you want to go on a 3-month cruise, you want to get paid the whole time for it and not work the whole time, you can do that. Because these people don't stop working. Because they're making money for themselves. This is freedom. This is waking up in the morning and all of your stress